you know, with a whole new strat book than what we've maybe seen from them in the past.
Yeah, we saw them sort of let it through during IM Fall, but it wasn't exactly like they were picking actively into it. So yeah, we'll see what they have to offer. Zero already going for a lot of early aggression on this GamerLegion side, taking a headshot and actually fully flashed off, cannot escape. So it's an easy first kill, and that Stampede keeps going. Era will be able to meet them in the bathrooms, but they're 2 men down.
I was really hoping to get a bit more done, and Rusty's the one who has to deliver here. He was fantastic on Mirage, getting aggressive on the B bomb side over and over again to the detriment of Big, but now he is boxed in Bank. A nightmare. Some would say it's rush hour over there. Everyone wants to pay some bills, but IM is going to pay with his life. It's a bit of a blood bank, I suppose, but at least Isaac and Rusty can bring the loan back in their favor. Gade all alone. A 1-on-2. Quick flip for the back. And now it's only Rusty to deal with. Position spotted out. Rusty's got the kit, but no armor with him. And Gade's taking the opportunity to back all the way out of there.
Yeah, and Rusty's let him escape, so now this kid has to come into favor. Doesn't have a smoke for this either, and he's actually still worried that Gade is somehow navigating around these dice, but I think soon we'll realize that he's moved himself away, and Gade can just play it patient, play it cool. There's too much time ticked off for this bomb, and Rusty has to commit to it.
No.
He's ducking and diving, but Gade will still find it. It's a round 1 from Big. GamerLegion, even though they brought back that numbers advantage, Gade is able to come up clutch.
That looked like for a second he would be able to duck out of it. If this was the older version of Counter-Strike, I am not sure who would have been able to get that one through. And of course, by that I mean anyone who was comparatively newer to CS, I think back in 2018, I'd like to say. Maybe even 2017, back when Big was crouching a lot in the last PGL major, interestingly enough. After that, Valve made a change, which made it so you can't crouch successively without losing a lot of speed. Otherwise, you could just spam away while you're trying to get a defuse, and it was quite frustrating to play up against.
Well, it was more that the hitboxes just didn't line up, typically, when you're transitioning between crouched and standing. Yeah, not something that played a factor in that particular retake, and now Big actually moving through a smoke into these pistols. This is where they fell victim to a lot of damage, and GamerLegion have come up with 2. Isaac's got 2 straight headshots, and the bomb is at his feet.
Even Galil picked up on top of it, and Keto couldn't take the timing to push through. Gade, in the meanwhile, has got 2 of his own. How's he come back with that one? But so much space for his team as well to come right through with him. There's a stack on this side, and they can't do anything about it. Sursen's trying to back up, but without the bomb, he can't do that either. Sursen peeks out wide, and it's the pillar where his death lies. I am to shut him down, and oh my goodness, it looked like Gade would be able to bring it back, but again, tripling up in Monster a second time over after losing up those first 2 players might not have been the best of strategic decisions.
Oh, yeah, that felt like they were really trying to force the issue, and Isaac immediately punishes. We saw GamerLegion really spurred on by some of these force buys and half investments, and so it is the pistols that Big fall foul to.
You know what they say, Michael? If at first you don't succeed, die again.
Yeah, feels like Big are going to have to really talk about how they deal with these pistols. And now, with these rifles in GamerLegion's hands, Era already got aggressive, found tabs, and now he's trying to back himself away. Long distance to travel, and actually out in the middle of nowhere, does get run down. A little bit of frustration that all can be recovered, but in the bathrooms, Gade has been found, so still holding onto a man advantage.
Sursen needs to deliver with the scout. You know, we laud him so much for being one of the best scout players in the world. Funnily enough, we've actually got Chris Shea in the tournament in the very same group as well. So he's, of course, standing in for Bemis on Mouse Sports.
Like an emergency substitution. It's like Bemis is a little under the weather. Maybe hit with some of those post-land blues.
Indeed. Of course, right now, Keto's going to be leading the charge with the AUG. Maybe the Deagle to peek first. Tizian pulls it out. Rusty deals with the wide swing, makes it look easy, and a Molotov straight down will isolate Keto out, but Keto still got 2 somehow with the AUG, even peeking forward for more, and Sursen's going to be left all alone. Bombs planted at the very least, money secured with it, but with his position being located, Zero just shuts him down there, and then Big unable to find the miracle win.
Yeah, we're really hoping that they could bounce back off of that. 3 kills from Keto almost gave them enough breathing room to get themselves set up, but just closing in on that gap. GamerLegion didn't give too much space away, so it doesn't fall out of favor. Still, the additional money from that plant can be felt. Big can obviously invest in a few of these pistols and feel comfortable in doing so. They'll have a buy around the corner. But this is a good chance for GamerLegion to get a nice little clean conversion round. You imagine when Big get themselves into some of these gun rounds that there will be further tests thrown at them. Nade is solid.
Aaron peeking out, but it's Serson who's able to give up his life to be traded away quickly. An M4 recovered by Tapson as well. It's a very dangerous weapon to also be peeking into when you're coming in from connector, because it's just a quick headshot angle when you're actually proceeding outwards. And you might think that, oh yeah, that favors the player who's in the headshot angle. I don't think that's true against an M4A1, to be honest.
This is still a bit of a scary round here if you're GamerLegion. Don't want to lose too many of these rifles. Finally, rifle is dealt with from Tabson, one that was recovered earlier on. And Gade trying to navigate into B with the bomb, but Isaac does have that one in his mind. Make sure to not get caught out. And so GamerLegion keep those 4 players up. Now this big buy does come to the table. Wonder whether we'll see a fast 4-man boost to start off this, especially now that the AWP has graced Searson's hands, something that can be very often read into from CT sides. But yeah, GamerLegion, of course, being this team that's kind of on the rise, may not be used to some of these faster timings that could be employed. Doesn't seem like Big will go for it right off the jump. Something that we'll keep in our minds for later rounds. We've seen teams really optimize the speed of that 4-man boost, but really wanting to keep on going for these fights. Era has the AWP primed on this playground position.
It's going to be everything, guys. HP being this low is not going to be easy to deal with. IM could push outwards, expects a second player as well, but it's actually Kiro who catches him. Tizian still yet to have his position revealed beyond just the fact that he'd used in Molotov earlier on. GamerLegion advantage lost, and Big Clan have to be careful not to give up their own advantage of a hair. Tizian's going to be facing off versus Rusty very soon, but the double push out from Monster is at least going to secure the fact that it is an A bomb site hit, or it intends to be.
Yeah, this is a good reaction here from GamerLegion. Got all the info that they need.
Yeah.
Now they can even threaten the potential for a flank through the connector if they're fast enough. Zero making some noise, though, may actually deter them from that fact. Rotates are coming towards this A bomb site, but keep your eye out for that fight on towards long. Rusty, if he's able to hold on to that, would have been big, but Tizian finally finds that kill. And so now GamerLegion might feel a little trapped out of this bomb site. Isaac needed more than just the 1 kill, and he fails to even get that. So now Zero is just too detached. This is a clean plant and round from Big.
And this is where you can see a little bit of that inexperience coming in for GamerLegion as well. Zero, the fact that he redeploys a smoke over towards the outside of Monster Tunnel after they've cleared everything out and then doesn't back off to A. That's always going to be a dicey situation, not to mention beyond that, you know, Rusty being that aggressively far forward. Normally what you want to do on a map like Overpass is you want to keep banana or long. So if you have a player keeping banana, the second player who's rotating back into the bomb site generally tends to come from bank rather than garbage, so he can provide that extra support and potentially get a trade frag, or you know, maybe gun down a couple of players like that and give a more distracting angle. There's a lot more you can do if you're in the same line. Instead, he prioritizes Optimus control where he can't help Rusty at all, and Zero's rotation just isn't there at all. So GamerLegion, despite making all the correct moves to react to a 3v4, they're not quite able to make the optimization after the 3v4.
Yeah, it's like they didn't go for what you would maybe expect to see a stack as a result of going for that info play. Instead, they're just still trying to keep Big honest in some respects, but they can just use the numbers. And they do exactly that. So back into the default here from Big. They seem really, really adamant about continuing to fight in this fountain position here on the side of GamerLegion, something that has come up and bore some fruit, but often that fruit has been a little sour, a little unripe, often resulting in trades back and forth.
Have you ever had unripe guavas?
No.
They're very tasty.
Unripe mango, maybe.
But unripe mango chutney is the best, but I am and Rusty have found himself a couple of quick kills. Tizian on the AK. Can't really do too much with it, but yeah, it seems like this round's going to be a little bit gone. So, Michael, back to you. Yes, you've never had unripe guavas?
No.
You should try
I
sometime.
didn't even know that was a real thing. The only reason I'm really even aware of eating mangoes while unripe is like a green mango salad.
Okay, so you know how guavas get that yellowish color on them?
No,
ever had a
but
guava?
sure. Yeah, I mean, I have had a guava.
Okay, well, guavas get a yellow color on them, but I'm going to hold the point because they've still got AKs, and yeah, they're being converged upon. Time is running down, and Era's got himself one. Keto all alone. Bomb can't be planted either. Okay, so Michael, listen, I want to tell you about unripe guavas. So,
Okay.
guava skin becomes yellow when it's fully ripe, but about 3 to 4 weeks before it's fully ripe, it's still quite green. You don't want to go too early, but the nice thing is it's very hard to bite into, and it just comes with like a lot of extra juiciness, a lot of extra crunch to it. It is one of the most delicious fruits you can have. I don't like guavas that much unless they're like slightly unripe, but when they are, oh man, it's delicious.
You know,
But you've got to get it straight off the tree. That's the problem.
yeah. I think you might have sold me on it, to be quite honest. Glad that you were told you had the potential to be a physician. You've really explained the biological advantages of an unripe guava.
Well, I need to Google what a physician means, actually. You know what?
You're like a doctor. You do physical checkups. You know,
okay,
like
okay, never mind.
Yeah,
I did. That's not what I meant at all. A scholar of physics was what I meant.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I am. Oh, well, that's a quick trade that I wasn't quite expecting. Gade's got a nice little shot onto his head.
Spam is really well timed as well from Era, so some additional tag damage on Tizian. While they have gone 1 for 1, that gun cannot be recovered just yet. Era's still lingering topside bathrooms, has teammates in the connector as well, but needs to hold onto his position and does well to get 2. Now has Isaac to take his spot because Era is low, and as Tizian rounds this corner, that shadow advantage will give Isaac the upper hand. Nice and easy there from GamerLegion, and this forward-facing approach so far on the CT side, we're seeing a few of these fumblings. You know, they're losing out on some of these early exchanges, but the reaction immediately to just keep reinforcing that spot means that Big can never feel too comfortable in the territory that they assume may or may not be clear based on how GamerLegion have been playing.
And look, one thing that you've got to point out for Big as well, Michael, is that Serson is yet to really have any impact whatsoever. He's been buying ops, he's been putting the resources in, he's being given spots. And look, Overpass is always a difficult map to op on the T side. Oh, hold the shot. Thought for a second Keto might be able to snipe him out, but at the end of the day, when you're being given resources, you have to be held accountable for it as well. And Big so far have not really been able to deliver off of his op yet, but maybe it can change with a bit more of a supportive aspect to it. Era's found Tizian in the meanwhile. He's been very good with his. And now the CT side just has to wait for the terrorists to make a move.
Yeah, they're all postured up outside of this B-bomb site, and they're playing anti-flash as well, so this is a hard one for Big to crack into. Trying to creep forward, and Tapson does find a headshot in reciprocation, but there's Gade as well coming in with the entries. In fact, 2 for Gade. So now, a man advantage here for Big, but that bomb in limbo, and Tapson's been plucked out.
And this is where Gade needs to continue stepping up without the utility this time over. Only a flashbang in his pocket, and now he's already deployed it. Serson on the other side cannot afford to lose his duel, and he will do so. Era has found him and taken him out. Gade has a double up. He's already got 1. It's the op dropped out, and IM's right behind him. Era is not going to go by unavenged. IM can just shut down Gade, and Gade did everything there. Michael finds 2 entries, another kill in the 2-on-2 onto the upper, but man, Serson really dropping the ball there.
Yeah, that was a must-win fight. The ult phase where Serson got the drop. You know, he fired first, but shots a miss. We're actually seeing Gade come in with some of these explosive rounds, especially on the entry paths.
Yeah.
And that actually is something that we can talk about as well. You know, obviously the fact that Gade was added to this lineup and the fact that Big have not really been actively picking into it, but since the acquisition of Gade has kind of bled into their map pool, you know, they're floating it a bit more. And so is that a result of Gade feeling comfortable trying to bring in some of these additional ideas?
I think it's also about Michael. One of the things about Gade that we'll never be able to give him enough credit for is that you can't take away the fact that he's replacing Xantares. So if you look at Gade in an isolation, he's doing a fantastic job as a secondary/tertiary star, depending on whether you count the AWP or not. But unfortunately, when you're coming in to replace Xantares, who did in fact, Xantares has some of the craziest aim of all time, That's always going to be rough for you. So now, who's going to be there with Gate to step up is the question. And Surson, at least with the P250, is being bold about it, but boldness is punished and he will fall. At the very least, enables a quick trade, or two, in fact.
Molotov's a little deep. There's a man up close. That's Rusty. And trying to keep position on this A bomb site. Bigger slow to progress.
Rusty's got help coming over. Zero's right behind him. Rusty peeks out, but he's off with the spray. Zero's gone as well. Tizian with a picked up M4 has found everything he needed except for Isaac. And Isaac, well...
timing's great.
Oh, he's got the timing. Tavson, AWP at the ready. Tavson on the op, also known as, I believe, the Bane of Smooya, who is also in this tournament. Isaac tagged up. Tavson brings him down as well. Third round on the board for Big.
Yeah, just winning it off of pistols. It seemed like things were going to kind of fall out of favor, but Gade, with the AK that he kind of brought forward into the round, able to get a trade kill, and then Tizian does all the rest, moving through smokes in front bathrooms, just as that pressure towards Divider was being felt. GamerLegion giving up those weapons, that's where Tizian is able to just find more and more impact. They were being stagnant, a little slow about how they moved in towards that A site, but if Tizian can come up with 2 kills, then pace isn't all too necessary. Searson's already on the angle. Era's been going for this peak time and time over, and it's an easy one. In fact, his teammate almost catches the bullet, looks Searson dead in the eyes, like, what are you looking at? Blotting a fly over my shoulder.
Was that? No. Okay, for a second there, I thought maybe he was trying to bait out the shot from Era just by showing his hand, because I swear his hand was visible, but... yeah, I don't know. Maybe Surson's just trying to tell me it's just a bit more to the left, a bit more. Okay, perfect.
It was a bit of an odd one to look from Surson's POV. Get out of my way.
I'm going to get these fools out of his way as well. He's got himself the first. He's been very good in this map. Mirage was a slightly quieter affair from him, especially on the terrorist side. But now that he's got to start off on CT, he's been really giving it to them. Rusty, however, has been given 2, and IM will be the one to keep things in a 3-on-3. Another play in from Toilets, not expected, but flashed up by IM regardless. Picks up the AK, and he's navigated back around into the Toilets. Isaac's rotation is perfectly placed, and he's managed to confuse Surson and fully blind him out. Isaac still will not realize that Surson's coming from behind. He'll turn around, and Surson's too fast for him. Bomb recovered, and it can be planted. IM is coming in from the side, though. He fully re-navigated, and he's got it done. 4 kills for the man. Up saved and 7th secured.
And we haven't really been talking about IM so far. We were highlighting him coming into this game. Had a bit of a rough start on Mirage, but he's up to 15 kills, gets 4 in this round as well, and does so much. Not only finding these kills front bathroom, but like you said, just making the round trip round. And Searson wasn't ready to anticipate such swift movements. GamerLegion CT side looking pretty strong, and I'm liking the version that we're seeing as well. They're not giving up too much space for free, and so Big have to fight for every inch when it comes to this mid progression, any sort of long side presence over at A, making it real difficult for Big to feel comfortable.
Oh, Searson, that is a ragdoll, and a second found out as well. Zero just goes flying.
Just looked too easy. Line up the shot, just click.
Oh, I slipped and I died. Well, it's one way to get involved. Can't see him on the scoreboard in a present way. Rusty will at least find Keto and make it competitive, but Gates already moved past onto the bridge and found himself the space needed to turn this into an even easier round for Big.
Yeah, just too far away. This is going to be one of the drawbacks of playing this aggressive style is that rotates are a little bit delayed. You have to sort of barrel through the connector if you want to meet up with those B-side players, and it can be often just swarmed by Ts. So they'll try and hold onto their weapons. Big just barreling through as a result of that double kill from Searson.
God, Michael, I just noticed he's 15 and 5.
Yeah, that's what I'll say, man. He's racked up a whole lot of kills.
I'm really glad that I don't look silly for hyping him up now.
Yeah, map number 1 maybe. Like, where'd he go? Kind of singing the praises of players like Zero in particular.
Yeah, I was really surprised to see Zero come back to Counter-Strike like that, though. It just seemed like... Also, no one remembers him. That's the funny thing. This guy's such a veteran. He's been in so many great teams, but no one remembers Zero either. It's so strange sometimes to me about how fresh a lot of the fans of Counter-Strike are whenever you're casting some of these games.
Yeah, I think it was even part of the comeback story is like making sure he was updated on the meta.
Yeah.
Even players that are active in the scene sometimes need a little refresher. Shout out Fallen.
I am not commenting on that.
Aggro short play here from GamerLegion, and Big have found the right timing to go for a bit of a contact out of Monster, but here's a quick flank that could bear some fruit. IM still has that M4. It's silenced as well, but the AWP of Searson goes to check the back lines. There's no resistance from up front, so has to suss something out, and now could see Searson overwhelmed, trying to jump over the short tunnel and actually gets over the AWP. Era can't get anything.
I'm very surprised he actually managed to get the kill over there. If the Deagle was the old one and another shot had been hit, maybe. But, yeah.
Really good call here from Big, recognizing the money situation from GamerLegion and that something had to be spurred on. They went for a bit of a stack towards short water. That's why they kind of had this separation of assets, the quick flank. But if you're not going to meet them on the site, then Big can feel comfortable checking their behinds. And they're right behind GamerLegion, only 2 rounds trailing. Of course, talked a little bit about how that meta has shifted. The CT sides are seeing a lot more conversion, far stronger results. 10-5s, 9-6s. Are real ideal territory. Overpass maybe not the not the worst one for it. Was always kind of CT sided, but Big already moseying up to 5 could certainly find more, especially with this non-investment round here from GamerLegion. Only USPs.
Wait, do you think that in the meta most maps, probably with the exception of Ancient and Nuke, which were always like that, should be 9-6 or 10-5 for CD side?
Just about, yeah. I would say, or maybe even 8-7s. If we're there are no T-sided maps anymore. I will say, well, at least from what we see statistics-wise from the PGL Major, the RMR, good indications.
Give it some more time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
bit of an adaptation period.
For sure, especially because, when all of the best players in the world are playing together on a comparatively newer patch where people haven't really been showing off everything until the major, becomes a slightly smaller sample size in some ways.
The thing is, I actually attribute most of it to the silence component of the A1S,
I agree.
more so than the damage. I'm saying it's the silencer, not just the damage for the A1S.
I thought you were talking about the grenades being dropped. Fair enough.
Not even talking about that.
Makes sense. I think it's a bit of both, yeah, for sure. Just one of those things, like when the Krieg and all get picked up and people are like, oh, wait, these are actually really good.
Well, now 4-man boost here for Big, and that's the problem. Wasn't sure if they were going to be holding for that on the GamerLegion side, and they found Searson. This is the first time Big have even gone for it, and it's met by an AWP.
Not a good way to start things off. Searson had even managed to start picking up some steam. Went from 1-8 to 9-10. Now Tizian gets Isaac. At least he's able to keep things even over here. But Zero is really going to have to hold down the line. They are ready to rotate if need be. An error has come through. A re-smoke for Monster deployed, but they've already pushed in. Error's missed his shot and the opportunity is gone. Rusty and Zero join him in the afterlife, and I am alone will be forced to try and save. GamerLegion, despite a wonderful start both to the game and the round, neither have gone the way they wanted it to.
Yeah, this was a complete barrel onto the B bomb site that these missed shots from GamerLegion just go punished. IAM does find one on his escape path, but he's very easily boxed in. One player coming from up front, and Tizian actually not anticipating the high ground approach. IAM might just get himself out of this situation just yet, or either side of him, but doesn't seem like Big want to fight tooth and nail for this one, and it will still be a 7th for Big. Sure, an AK can be recovered, but Big's T side, this half all in all. With GamerLegion, they looked pretty clean in some of these mid fights that they were going for, but this assault on the B bomb site has now seen a bit of a vulnerability, and so Big are capitalizing.
That's not the money you'd like to see on GamerLegion in a round like this. I'm hoping and I'm counting on Zero with the MP9 to maybe want to get a bit of aggression down. He actually hasn't been as involved in this game so far, courtesy of his position, but if you're able to maybe get a quick kill with the MP9, even if it's traded out, just put Big in a situation where they have to play more scrappy. GamerLegion have been quite good in these clutch situations, so pulling out that 8 isn't out of the question, but it's definitely going to be out of the realms of an easy round.
This is a big fight. Arrow and Gade one-on-one in the connector. Mano a mano. Smokes and mollies are thrown, so they know that Era is in this spot, and then Nade will follow up. He's trying to phase Era out of the spot, and Gade will get the upper hand. It's now IM lingering inside of the front bathroom smoke, and there's so many teams around him.
Easy first kill makes it 2 spray transfers good, but Gade's there for the return. Even then, you keep an eye out on Rusty. He's like to get aggressive and long, so they might expect this on Big. But as the rotation's been called through from Zero, Isaac's trying to go for the full flank. What they don't realize is that the bomb is still near connector, so if they want to rotate, possibilities are open, but rotations are not going to be coming through. Tizian moves past Zero's intercepted him. He's bought space for Rusty as well to drop the bomb, and it's all down to Gade. A 1-on-3 has to bring the ace flush out, and it's not a bad place to try and do it from, but GamerLegion will still find it. 8th round secured, and Big will have to fight back from the slightly smaller foot in the next half. We'll be back after a short break. Straight back into things we go. GamerLegion topping the last half out with at least a salvaged half. They do technically win it out, but Big are still going to be very happy having recovered as much as they did. I'm Tea Time, joined by none other than Michael Yumi Cassidy.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, we've seen a bit of a back and forth early on. GamerLegion off to that hot start, but yeah, Big finding themselves a bit of consistency, and I think recognizing what the priorities were from GamerLegion's CT side. Now we'll see if Big can apply that same amount of pressure, and it all starts off with the pistol. Tizian does have the kit for the squad, Gade with a nade set, and Searson just going for jump spots gets plucked out.
God, that is a punish if I've ever seen one. Tapson is ready over here to get a few pretty looking taps out. I say a few, but I mean one. Keto as well. Always good with the pistols. Flashbang overhead, but IM's the one to catch him out instead. Quick rotation back to the A-bomb site means that they're going to have to do this the hard way if they want to get the bomb plant in. Nade onto zero is not going to go right. Good shot from Gade, although I've been saying that quite often. It's Isaac who's also caught out and got low. Tizian adjustment not quite there, and Gade's rotation to the B bomb site is going to be cut short, potentially by a GamerLegion push out long.
Yeah, he's taking a bit of a gamble. Knows that that was the last place that he was spotted, and he's hoping that they rotate around that fact, but maybe reading a little too far into it. They're just grouping up and slow approaching from that long spot. Kit is dropped divider, so keep that in mind if the time ticks low, but Gates may get himself onto the site in time.
Oh no, he might run away over here because of how long they're taking. GamerLegion are playing this out incredibly smartly. Gade's gonna hear the bomb being planted, but even then he can't really afford to run back because with how far deep he's pushed, these they're circling in from behind him. Are they going to be now?
Oh my God,
this would be a disaster if you're a fan of GamerLegion, but no, they've just cleared it all out. They wanted full information, and now Gade might even be better served pushing through from connector to pick up the kit as well, but instead he's going to be trailing back.
Oh God.
Players are pushing in towards him. That's Isaac who's turned around. Isaac's gone. Gade's got both. GamerLegion looked like they'd played it all out perfectly. Gade's even gonna run to try and recover the kit, get that extra money saved while he's at it. Man, Gade's had a performance in this game.
Oh man, it felt like they had done everything they needed to do as well. They got that additional information. They felt comfortable planting for not only a spot where they can contest from bank, but also those steps, and Gade just came up with the perfect moment. Had some trigger discipline in him as well. The first player rounds the corner, and because he gets destroyed instantly, they couldn't relay the information over quick enough about where Gade had even come from. That's the value of that silencer. USP Master Race. And GamerLegion not too happy about it. Tactical timeout immediately from that pistol. Yeah, Gade's been something else here on Overpass. Again, a little quiet, felt a little almost uncomfortable in spots on Mirage, especially from the CT side, because it felt like he was trying to go for pushes, but wasn't really committed to it. You know, his heart's not fully invested. But the clutches have been nice. See a full buy from GamerLegion. They're investing every penny they got. Of course, the plant does mean that they can effectively get a stronger buy, but Big are going to be cool and calm about it. In fact, going for the 4-man boost on the scout.
Oh, come on, Era. You found Searson when he tried it. Now you go and pluck out Tizian. That's just not fair.
He was jumping out of heaven.
Sorry, Tizian.
This is what I was talking about teams really optimizing that boost, but look how fast Tapson is from behind through the connector.
Oh no, Era! He's found Searson as well. On top of it, at the very least, Tapson's here to get some returns and an AK to be picked up, so maybe he can still prevent this from going too far over. Tapson's got 4 on for the ace, but doesn't know that Rusty's behind him. He'll check it nonetheless, but it's too late. Rusty's still in position, but the bomb very much out of it.
Oh my God. How has Tapson pulled that one off?
That's a star power that you really do sometimes forget he used to bring in the Gombi era, especially.
Yeah, man, they were all over him.
I love this positioning from Gate as well on top of it, because they know where the bomb's been dropped. So Gate is just making sure that, hey, if he's going to be rotating back to B, that's when I'll catch him. I'm not pushing forward. Let him get the bomb. If he's coming to A, I can come through connector for the backside. We've got a great crossfire going for ourselves. But now Gate's adjusting. This off angle is not going to be prepared for, or isn't it? Rusty still gets the kill, and with 20 seconds, there's nowhere he can go but to that B bomb site. Still keeping an eye out. Keto has got himself a grenade as well, won't be deploying it, wants to have a better sightline. Bomb's going to be planted. Keto is going to be waiting for him to start rotating back, but now with that grenade being used, this is going to reveal his position. Keto can't adjust, and Rusty brings it back from the 1-on-3.
Man, this round took its dives and turns. Era's hitting headshot after headshot with the scout, and then out of nowhere, Tabson's in it from behind with the MP9, gets the AK, gets 4 kills, and that's where the big bailout from Rusty comes to fruition. They actually didn't know where that bomb was, of course, because it was dropped at those T-steps, but because Tabson had got all those kills and not spotted a bomb on any of those players, would have been something to deduce. But getting a little bit hesitant, you know, small bouts of doubt there from members like Gade, where if he had sat in that position, may have very well gone uncleared. But that's where Rusty punishes. So pistol round, and then second round Force won by GamerLegion. What's the natural response? Game of tennis, ball back and forth, Force buy from Big.
This is where Serson needs to pull out the same heroics that I did in the previous one. He's the one who's supposed to be good at this scout, Michael.
He innovated the meta.
I wouldn't call it the meta. It was just literally just him.
I think he sold a lot of people on buying the scout in second rounds. And, well, now he's not even finding that same success anymore.
It's sort of like when you see Nico get a 1-on-5 with the Deagle, and then everyone in matchmaking is using the Deagle, but they don't get the same shots. It was kind of like that back in the day. Tabson got a good vantage point to try and get a view out. You know, take some pictures, quick selfie.
Seen a few teams do this as well with the MP9. If the teams go for the sort of barrels boost in from short water, you can actually do jumping damage with that MP9. And there's Searson finding tag after tag on this scout, actually finding the kill that he needed to.
And GamerLegion are not aggressing in behind him off of the position, so Searson's super defensive posturing might not necessarily be needed, but at the very least what it guarantees is that they'll be ready for a 5-on-4 retake if the A bomb site hit does end up coming through and materializing. GamerLegion looked a little bit flummoxed about where to go, though. They've got utility to hit either site, but they're taking their time and making their decision.
Yeah, it's still at Searson alone, so this is still the vulnerable site of the two. Now Execute comes through, and the tag is good, but finally found. Now Heavy rotates from Big.
Grenade could be juicy if it can get its way onto Isaac. Big's going to be hoping that that can be the case. Rusty, however, tagged up for now. Zero, waiting for them to push through. Tabson quick on the trade as MP9 was great in the previous round, but this time only good for 1. Rusty and Zero are able to wipe it all clean, and Big will finally be forced to save. GamerLegion extend their lead.
Yeah, can wipe a bit of sweat off the brow. Easier rounds ahead. And this is where you'll want Era to farm up a lot of that cash from the anti-ecos, has the SMG to do it. See if he can get his hands on an AWP in the follow-up. Shouldn't see anything too crazy here from Big. They have that one flashbang to maybe facilitate some kind of duel. And with bathrooms firmly under their control, the Tabson lined up with that flash. Should a bit of aggression frontside bathrooms be felt, he'll bomb that flash over the entire facility.
This
one there goes.
Could maybe give them a little bit there.
Oh, they don't clear it.
But no. Flashbang is an ATM, Michael. Aegis withdrawal. Tabson, next to fall. Now, More questions to be placed onto the back of Big, and this time with limited resources. Surson will not be able to purchase up utility, or he won't be able to purchase up Kevlar. Has to choose between the two, goes for the latter, and Surson, I talked about him having a bit of a revival in that second portion of the first half, Michael, but CT side is where there is no excuse. There's no caveat of, oh, the ops really only very, very useful in retakes comparatively. You're not going to be looking to get entries, this and that. All of those are gone. And now Era going for another quick boost out. They do it quickly. He spots out one player by the corner of his eye, but won't really be able to catch him out, though.
I think fastest timing you can hit is like 150, just dead on.
150?
Maybe 149.
Okay, because 150 sounds.
It's like on the precipice. Teams have been real speedy about it.
Yeah. Can you imagine getting onto a server and just practicing getting that right every single time, and then in the match you mess it up?
Couldn't be me. Flawless every time.
Literally all of us. Rusty has to be careful though, because Surson's getting explorative. Rusty, of course, been left behind to make sure no one can take over connector if they want to start pivoting back. But with the bomb being dropped all the way back, Rusty could actually be in a world of hurt. Surson, however, will completely sidestep him, and now instead might just be able to move forward in time to go back and find the bomb. IAM's got two big frags though, and with that, unless Surson can find the kill, it doesn't look like there's any possibilities open for them in this round. Even Rusty's position means saving will be impossible.
Yeah, this was going to be awkward, especially now with Rusty coming in on the flank at B. If you didn't think it was bad enough they got the double entry, now even if Keto finds success, it would still be met by this flank. And now Tabson does chime in, but they know exactly where he is and he could be overwhelmed. There's no value, nothing to be gained right back there from Big. GamerLegion off of those 2 kills that IAM's able to get convert on this B-bomb site. And we look at Saracen with that AWP. We're kind of fixated on him for the early stages of that round, but he's going for this long and sort of playground fight much later than players like Era were on the GamerLegion side, and he's doing it alone as well. Like, we saw GamerLegion very focused on that area, and instead we're seeing that the timing's just a little skewed and off the mark for Big.
It seems more like a call for information rather than an attempt at a pick than anything else. Like, okay, hey, if I get a pick on a late lurker, that's cool. Otherwise, I'm more going for information, and our aggressive positioning on B short is where we're expecting to get the kills. That's where IM comes and rips your head off, and then you're dead. And you don't do anything with the AWP either, unfortunately, because, you've already lost that entries on another point of the bomb side, and just nothing to add over there.
Yeah, it's just too far away. Like, if you're in playground, how do you rotate safely to help your B players?
You die and come back in the next round.
Seems to be pretty flawless logic. Something that Big have employed, in fact. Just no ops, no rifles, no nothing. It's a beat stack. Taking their time with this, though, GamerLegion. Last thing they want to do is fall into any sort of trap. Bombardment of nades could be lined up for Big. They've got 4 of them. Oh god, they are moving towards this B-bomb site. And they'll have to be real wary about when they go on this timing, because that bombardment could be met.
Oh, Zero even headshots his own teammate, but that might not matter all that much. It's the full nades doing so much damage. They're able to retreat back and prevent themselves from losing life, but there's so much HP gone. Even then, there's no closing out at all. Everyone is so damn low. But GamerLegion, that swift retreat is all that was necessary. I might be wrong about this, Michael, but I think they might have actually heard the grenades being thrown from short and made the call to back off for a second.
Yeah, may have been. If it's either a call or a read, at the very least, like, he's trying to lead us into something, and Big are known for trying to go for some of these sort of heavy utility stacks. Either way, they recognize what's coming before it gets a little too out of hand.
Would have been really nice to see that work out, though, just for the sake of an air barrage.
Yeah, good nade from Tabson, though.
Yeah.
Time from the
solid
connector is
damage.
flawless.
Gate's going to be over here to try and pick up from it. He's been the one putting up numbers, but I am putting him down. Tizian replaces him and does so nicely. 2 frags found. Tabson to make it 3. Even then, GamerLegion have not completely lost control of this round. Era's frag ensures it. Keto on the bomb site, waits for Surson to activate the flank. Surson, however, is expecting the rotation. Rusty's gonna clear it, but Surson's too fast. The shot to his knees, not quite enough. And now Era's all alone. A 1-on-2. Surson's low. P250 at the ready. Peeks out, but can't get the frag. Turns the corner and lots of time to work with. Keto prioritizes maintaining connector. He's even going forward to try and get the flank in, but Era is instead taking his time. The question is, what will Keto do?
Surely there's no way Era reads into this. He's coming in on the flank, and Era's just stood still.
Keto's got his knife out. If he jumps down, makes noise. Oh, he's even taking the stairs down. Era's not going to turn around, but the timing works out perfectly. God. The pathing is perfect as well. Keto might just make the call to go back to A at this point. Era's got to figure out what's going on, and soon though. 15 seconds, and Keto still prioritized. He's got the speed working in his favor. Monster Tunnel guarantees that, and Keto takes him down at the very end. It's a dance right there, Michael, but it's one where Keto was leading every single moment.
And great nerves there from Keto to just hold true to his call that it is going to be some sort of a B-sided play, because at any moment, if he thought it was going to be the A bomb site, a step would have been his complete undoing. But he just kept a cool head, played it cool and patient. Pulled off the flank, something that Era was never going to read into. He was there moments ago. Again, seeing Searson going for some of these forward faces, but not lingering or pushing too deep. Let's actually have Tabson alongside him. Flash will go over. Tabson trying to take the wide swing out and finds Rusty. That's an isolated fight. They're trying to get the trade, and IM will track it down. Searson unable to get one back, and that AWP has been spotted front bathrooms, but now it's all about escaping here if you're Searson.
And Gade could be caught out because Surson's been forced back from the toilets as well. He's going to be boxed in between 2 players, and it's all about Isaac and IM and whether they can find him, but Isaac doesn't check the angle. Surson coming in from behind, trying to get aggressive. Gade's found out. IM turns around and shuts down Surson. All down to Keto and Tizian. Between the 2 of them, they dominated the B bomb side on Mirage on their CT side. Now they've got to do the same here on A. Tizian not rotating back yet, though. And Keto's coming in from the side. He's taking the peek forward. Zero's expecting him. The barrel revealed, and Tizian will have to rotate.
Can be a little bit quick about this. GamerLegion are taking their time. They're expecting this rotate to have already come through, and the fact that they haven't gone for the plant already, Tizian's starting to second guess. Keeping eyes still on this B bomb side, and once again, GamerLegion will look for forward bank control. This time they will deploy a smoke, get this bomb planted safely. Tizian has to anticipate the movements, and Era is plucked out already. 1-on-1 here for Tizian.
An opportunity given up over here, but reveals the position. Problem for Zero is that he can go from anywhere, but he's just on top of the dice. What in the world? How does he find it in him to do that? Just fully
no
expose yourself to either side. Tizian's taking time as well, so he could be coming in from garbage bins. He could come over from bank. He can do whatever he wants. Zero's just standing up there. He's king of the jungle, and he's only got 11 kills as well. It's not like he's having the crazy performance that IM has, so I can say, okay, it's just the momentum that's carrying him through.
Yeah, if Tizian was a little slower on that, maybe if he had walked, maybe he gets the upper hand because of how exposed Zero is, because he was looking at the stairs until noise was made from Tizian. Oh, it's real slim margins. You could see that even Tizian, if he had continued with his progress towards A, might have actually found a good timing to capitalize. But now GamerLegion are inching closer and closer. By the way, meanwhile, IM snuck up to 31 kills. We were talking about how he kind of found a lot of impact on that CT side, and that hasn't stopped in the second half.
Yeah. Found 15 in the first half. Now, already on 31. 15 in one half is impressive, but oh my goodness. It's only been 9 rounds. Era looked like he was on point, but the movement just kicked in there. Doesn't quite get that, and
He's been trying to fight it with the deagle,
I know,
man.
it was really hilarious. He almost got it too. You heard the little bullet whizzing by.
God, the nerve. The audacity.
So yeah, may as well try it. We're on a half by anyway.
Can't believe this man.
I'm just picturing the call. Seriously, can you give me the scout? I want to peek him. No. Fine.
All right, I'll do it with the Deeg. Yeah, whatever, man.
You're doing anything. Tizian, though, this time, only damage, no kills, and Isaac will ensure that that will be a continuing trend on this B-bomb site.
Well, not too much success here from Big. Isaac with these 3 kills, and now they know where Searson is, of course. You did get 1 in response. There, he was just going to take the wide swing. Era not letting him even consider pulling off more damage. Man, GamerLegion looking hot to trot in the second half. Talk about this map, and I guess the meta moving more CT-sided. Big have yet to really display that. And, you know, we have seen some dicey moments, a little shotgun action from Searson on this AWP. But considering the path he's taken in so many of these rounds to go for these opening picks, it has very rarely resulted in actual kills. Maybe this could change. Down on the low ground, Molly missed and Rusty's plucked out. But there's a quick trade in response. Tabson is trying to get control of these bathrooms in time and is spotted on the cross.
Tabson. Oh, Heros found Tizian as well. Tabson can't find anything, and this is where Big are continuing to fall apart. GamerLegion on the precipice of victory. Gade trying to fight back. The only player on Big with a positive KD, the only player who's consistently delivering impact, and he continues to do just that. Brings it back to a 2-on-2.
Look over at Monster as well. There's still a minute on the clock here for GamerLegion to make their move. Oh my goodness, Gate's even going to try and phase this smoke. Biam decides to investigate or creep right past. Second player coming off of short. Gate's in the perfect position to punish. Thank you very much. Isaac is now creeping in, but reinforcements is coming, and Keto might get there in time. But Isaac does spot him out, plucks him out, and now Gate on this low HP has to be conservative, knows that the bomb is dropped, and is trying to play the positional game.
He really has to do it all, Michael. Every single time. It's only Gade from Big. Where's everyone gone? He says, well, doesn't matter. He gets it. Done regardless. Isaac thought he had that nailed down the second he starts to fire in, but the wall bang is not potent enough, and Gade's been given the time. My God, a 4K when they needed the most.
He clipped him through the wall for 2 damage. 2! How Gade survives that, how he gets away with pulling Big through another round. Oh man, that one hurts. GamerLegion very well could have shot us straight into that third map, but we still wait to see if they can close. Yeah, Gade's been an absolute trooper, an absolute hero. And it feels like Big are suffering very often from these more passive setups. You know, they're not able to get some of this dynamic, free-flowing CT side rotations that GamerLegion were really exploiting on their CT side. It did come back to bite them in the end. But the GamerLegion entries have been real swift.
Yeah. I mean, even Isaac has been delivering. He wasn't having a good game so far, but a couple of these rounds, he's managed to pull out double entries, triple entries, some very highly impactful situations for him to activate. Tizian. Oh, getting aggressive. What? Is that a one-way? Because they both seem to know.
Yeah, they went for a very deep smoke from the CT side. And this was the plan all along, but Zero finds an angle to exploit.
Wow. All right. Maybe just the noise being made and he tried to pre-fire it because of that. That's very possible. But, oh, Zero's been caught out this time. Davison is able to shut him down. Grenade being lined up for a position that is unlikely to be exploitable, but Tapson's actually holding his ground in a very deeply aggressive spot, which Rusty's ready for. Giving up the advantage that early on with one of the few rifles that they had is always dangerous, but now Gade is going to be peeked into. Good for one, makes it two, almost three, but misses his chance, and Era will instead be backing off. Bomb's been dropped, switches out to the AK, and Gade is doing it all on his own. Isaac about to be caught out by Surson as well. Surson spots him, tags him, and Isaac getting ready to be destroyed.
Oh man, someone check this guy's PC. This Danish robot is taking over for Big. I don't know how he keeps pulling off these rounds, but just when GamerLegion seem like they're about to come through, that's where Gade is, the surprise element. The timing was perfect on that double peek as well. Found a player looking the wrong direction, and it was easily teed up. GamerLegion onto Deagles. We've seen some real good aim displays. We'll talk about that smoke. Now, the aim has been on point. I think for IM and Gade in particular. Like you said, these GamerLegion players have come online in troves. But Tapson, it's real close. And against pistols, this could really suck.
You've got away with words, Michael.
Thank you.
I'm just imagining you proposing to someone. Hey.
Oh my god!
Oh, Tapson. To look like he was going to look away for a second.
Yep.
Timing not quite that cool to him. At least he's good for one, and IM is going to be timing himself. So hey, you know, the clock gives the clock giveth and the clock taketh sometimes. Right now though, the clock is taking some time to tick down if you're a Big clan, because GamerLegion have actually managed to. Why have they left the bomb there? There's not that much time. What? Okay,
yeah, just making sure it didn't fall into enemy hands.
All right, I guess.
Be real careful with the package. They've got a present, and it's addressed to the Z bomb site. It feels like Christmas is coming, but I think they may have forgotten the ribbons. So we have to take this one back to the store.
Got a popper. 15 seconds. They're not winning this. They just need to die. But
this doesn't feel great.
Yeah, Tizian's even keeping them away for a while longer as well. They're going to be feeling rushed in. Isaac with a great shot on Nikito. Means they can get the ball run as well, but Tizian is teeing off right here. Gade trying to come through, making sure that his multi-kill rate is going to go up and up and up. Big clan find themselves at 12th.
Man, Gade feels like he's running around the entire map at the moment. Same sort of playstyle we saw from IM on his CT side. From Rusty as well, but yeah, it's
probably, I'd say probably a bit harder to do on Gade's side when you have this much pressure on your shoulders, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and it just kind of feels like he's running around and just going like, I mean, this doesn't seem so hard. What's going on, guys? He's big time chilling, even with all of that pressure. Now GamerLegion, they know what it's like to be in the lead and have that potential comeback stripped away. Big in a similar position that GamerLegion found themselves in map 1. And if they can really get on their heels, GamerLegion could just crack at the seams. It's taken a lot of control over Shortwater. One player is all that Big commit to this, and they have a lot of open territory as a result. The door is blown open. Short could be progressed, but Keto's still giving the jump spot over, giving a little bit more information relayed over for the man that's carrying Big through a fair amount of these rounds.
Yeah.
They've gone for more playground control.
Ooh.
Actually, so wait, where is Keto?
That is just a wall bank straight through the plywood.
Through the connector, yeah.
Into connector. That's a quick one.
It's a little sad
Nice
for Isaac.
lineup. Yeah. Just when he started picking up some steam as well. Past 2 rounds have been kind to him. Time's run down though, and Samson is looking to exploit that fact, but Rusty instead will find the opening they were looking for. Flashbang straight overhead. Big Clan are going to be rotating a few players back here sooner rather than later if they get the read on it, but Surson needs to get that sideline out. Great shot, and now the call's been made with the Molotov as well over. Tizian's going to be the only player left behind. 15 seconds, the clock's being pulled. Rather, the pin's being pulled. Surson's waiting. Keto swats out the bomb. He's dropped it down. Now they've just got to wait. Hopefully they can find them after time if you're a fan of Big. But now Era's just going to be backing off and trying to save the op. Once again, GamerLegion, the clock just working out against them. He just shoot the what?
He shot the gun on the floor.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a little confused as well. But
I thought maybe he's just trying to next level and shoot an op away, but that wasn't even an op.
yeah, it was just an A1S on the floor. This is a little worrying here for GamerLegion because if you remember what was happening on the T side of Mirage, if they were losing that opening man, it felt like they were almost getting lost about how they wanted to approach these rounds. And in these past few, you know, we've seen time really go against them. They're taking a very cautious approach, time in, time out, and it's coming back to bite them very frequently. Big are getting some good reads.
Oh, that grenade is very good. Tapson gets a fair bit of information from it as well because he heard it actually clipping onto a player. So now he might know this is a rush coming through. He doesn't get anything. I am just fantastic on the entry. Surson, at least he trades away the hot man with the hot hands. Rusty start to trail forward. Flashbang's going to be avoided. A flash of his own is going to try and keep Surson from peeking into them, but the rotation has come through from Keto. Keto isn't necessary yet, but he drops the bomb anyhow. Surson waiting for another peek to come his way, and Keto's got the timing. Surson with the bomb down under arrows, all that's remaining, and he won't have cash remaining. Now that it's gone down, that previous round means that once again, Michael, they're in a precarious situation for a bye.
Can't get the same heroics pulled through on just these pistols. The Tech-9 gets the entry, and they just try to run straight through, but Big are quick on the response. Searson knew exactly what was coming as well. Started throwing flashes over to help delay, to allow those rotations in. And that's the last tactical being deployed here from GamerLegion because, I mean, kind of teeing this one up. They've been in the lead for this whole half. And now Big are right behind them, threatening overtime. They would have been out of this map if not for some of these Gade heroics, but now we're seeing more of these other elements for Big come through. You know, we're seeing good shots from Tizian, you know, cool approach, Keto as well.
Yeah, Surson's getting a bit more action down towards Banana too. He's just making sure he's playing a bit more defensively, ready to rotate if he needs to. But a lot of that comes down to, like you said, Tizian and Keto, making sure that Surson can be the person who doesn't have to aggress every time. Wow, that's a
oh my god,
wild push coming in. Even another headshot. Yes, please. Thank you very much, says Surson, but he doesn't realize he's got another man he's got to deal with.
Even got somebody trying to trail through that smoke here on the side of GamerLegion, so they're a man down for all of that effort, and now they won't feel comfortable moving towards Playground. Instead, the B bomb site could be the one that they try and sneak their way into, and it would be a good call to go for. Big have vacated.
They're vacated, but Michael, Tizian's still got a lot of utility as well. As a kit, full armor, everything you possibly need. Even that smoke can delay them for a fair bit of time, especially when you consider that Gade's got a Molotov. So if Gade starts to come over towards heaven, he can pop a molly down. Actually, he's even closer by than that. He can pop a molly down onto the bomb site, prevent the bomb plant from coming through. This is going to be rough because you can use the smoke either towards the bomb site itself or on heaven, depending on where you want to go, what you want to prioritize. This is going to be very close. 30 seconds on the clock. Big Clan waiting for anyone to pull the trigger. Rusty's made the call. You can see him getting ready to push through. Gade's going to be ready for this one. Gade is catching him out despite looking like the timing wasn't going to work out perfectly. Isaac moving forward, trying to get the bomb plant in. Do they have a Molotov? Yes, they do, but they don't use it yet. It's a bit late out, and Isaac's got the kill, but he turns around. Gade will take them to overtime.
Man, another time where Gade comes up clutch. He just holds onto the B bomb site and he gets the 2 kills he needs to. 15-15. Big bring it all the way back, but we're going to have to take a short break before we see what happens in overtime.
But the water's getting cold. When the lights shine brighter, then you turn away, 'cause the feeling's growing old. There's a bomb in the hangar that's about to blow, but you let it anyway, 'cause the thrill is the only thing that's left to feel before the whole thing blows away. This ain't no game to play, 'cause the life that you got is all you're gonna get, so don't waste another day. This could be something better, this could be brand new, so get up and make a plan, 'cause the next day ain't for sure, and this moment could be your last. But it burns, coming alive, wishing for something real, and it hurts, living a lie, nothing is more surreal. Flashbacks coming like a movie scene, strange to see yourself on the screen, but it burns, wildfires in our dreams. So such a play before a fool. Don't you think that you're so cool? You've got another thing coming if you think that it'll come to you. So get out of it, just get out of it, it's true. But it burns, coming alive, wishing for something real.
A surprise overtime, taking us to a bit of a greener pasture for Big, perhaps. We've got Gade sitting on 31, I am on 33. Both sides having a raid boss each with some assistance behind them. I'm tea time. And my raid boss is Michael Unique Cassidy.
Aw, you're so sweet. But this has been a bit of a sour spell here from GamerLegion. They were hoping to close this one out, force us into a third map, and Big want to keep us here a little longer. They even close this one out 2-0. Of course, a map up in the series. Had a lot of issues breaking into bomb sites as of late. GamerLegion, once again, Gade goes for solo independent play zone to short, and they're bursting out of Monster. Tizian overwhelmed and outrun, but Gade and Keto come up big with 2.
And this is where Gade even manages to buy a bit more time using the smoke early on. It'll even be in a position where they have to be worried about it. One way, Keto's got another, almost 3, but can't line him up. Gade's getting ready to push through this one, even if he's just used as a distraction. That's big. Tabson's had a player fed into his arms, and Error's caught out. Big fun 16.
Man, GamerLegion are just getting hammered. They looked like they were postured up for that. I think just small sound cues given up. These nades sailing over that monster tunnel, and Tizian immediately makes the call. Big just responds so instantly. The comms are free-flowing here on this big side, and I feel like GamerLegion are in desperate need of inspiration at the moment. Just for context, IM was at like 31 kills, I think at round 23, and 2 kills since. Gate caught up with them. He was behind by like 11 kills, maybe 12. Good flash. Does deter Gate from some of this free territory that he has been taking time in, time out. Searson in the connector, though. This is an angle he hasn't done with this AWP as of yet. Molotov will keep him back a little longer.
He has been a big man so far, but right now it's Gate who's been the big man. Just up as well. IM's gone. Leak. Rather, Isaac. I don't know how I misread that it's Leak. Isaac finds him and shuts him down. Kiro and Searson all up to the two of them. Searson, of course, tagged down low early on. Kiro even picks up an op to jump down. What?
Good for some crazy shenanigans. Searson's just trying to phase the smoke now. Oh god. Yeah, Isaac was holding for it, waiting for exactly the right moment to fire off the bullet. And while there might not be a leak on a team, Big may have sprung a leak. The pumping was looking real clean. And now they may have to call for some assistance. GamerLegion have gotten around on this T side. That is not insignificant considering the struggles that they've had going into that second half in regulation. This one's worth its weight in gold.
Muller comes out. Oh, I feel like Era could have really just cheated past that one if he wanted to go for a quicker play, you know, punish Kido's position where he's gone for an aggressive face out a few times. This time, obviously, not quite. Good timing on the grenade, though. Big's had a few of those doozies over in the short tunnel. Oh, Zero. Distracted by that jumping player. Gate has found him. Zero taken down, but not before he at least weakens Gate enough for Isaac to trade out through the wall. Isaac's been a big player in overtime and in the past few rounds for GamerLegion. Question is, can he do enough?
Yeah, it was great communication to follow up on that one. But here comes Searson. You know, these late aggro peaks that he's been going with on this AWP. Does he actually spot players out? Last time he routed through party and
sort of check
yeah,
back.
he went back.
That's
wow.
a nightmare.
This is sad times here from Big. After such a strong regulation, GamerLegion have found some solutions here in the overtime. A man advantage and looking to go into this A bomb site.
Flash over now. Tizian cuts off IM. He's winding for another one. It's almost 3, but Isaac now again. When he's needed the most, he doesn't turn around. Tabson all alone, pre-firing through an Era with the no-scope. Gets it done. Even another one, GamerLegion! Find Kido blindsided, not prepared whatsoever. And they get themselves up to 17.
Man. Just the instincts kicking in there through the smoke and immediately jumped up and they had no idea. Well, that's really going to spur you forward. The CT side from GamerLegion was very proactive. They like to get in the face of Big. If you're just joining us late, you didn't catch that first half. Expect some of these aggro plays. It saw so much success and Big, it was only until very, very late that they found some solutions, and it was typically just hammering the B bomb site, so it could still be a solution to be keeping an eye out for. Nades on over and so much damage onto Rusty. He gets punished for going for that jump spot, but not at the right timing. All the meanwhile, Searson has finally won the fight onto Era on that long aggression.
That Molotov doesn't actually stop Tabson from coming through. They might not be fully prepared for this. Between Tabson and Gade, the player inside Connector, whose IM could really be in for a hard time. Gade's got the dual win. Not much HP left for it, but it's still enough to threaten in the 5-on-3 and 0. I think he was spotted out, Michael, right as he was turning around. Might be wrong about that one, though. But it's Serson who misses a shot. Uncharacteristic when there's two players coming in so soon after each other. tabseN at the very least trades. It's all going to come down to him taking the path forward. Keto gets Isaac down and out. Rusty all alone wants to take them to game point one more time, but with his HP being this low and with his AWP not adding too much more to him when there's players who are low on the other side, he'd really like the rifle right about now. Turns around for the no-scope, trying to switch through, moves past the smoke. He's picked up the AK. That's exactly what he wanted. Now in a 1-on-2, Big will not try and pursue. They want to take the straight duels. A Molotov straight over as well to prevent Rusty from pushing. He'll have to face from heaven instead.
Great reposition. They're out in the open, and that's another kill for Rusty. Keto's low, and he's trying to play the time, play position instead. Rusty with 3 already, and he could come up clutch, but he has to read into this.
Keto. Oh, Rusty seems to be so aware of this as well. Rusty fakes it out of a hair, knows that Keto needs to make a move eventually. Rusty might have waited too long. He might have waited too long. He'll barely get it done. It's going to be right at the nick of time, but I think he's got it right down to the wire. And just barely. Look at their faces. Rusty's just been tackled by his teammate. Oh, man.
And there's no way he should be able to get away with that. No way. He jumps on top of the bomb site, hits a no-scope, and then fake runs away?
That's insane.
Yeah, man, this guy's playing mind games, and Big will be replaying that one in their heads for a while.
One way? Okay, all right, then. Quick push down from Shortwater, and Keto's not ready. 0. Wide swings out, shuts him down. Gade got a 4-3 much?
And not quite sure what's happened there, but it seems like Big have just broken.
Yeah. Tizian and tabseN. Did so well getting back to this point, but now a 2-on-5. A free kill will be nice. 4 more will be impossible. At least 3 will be impossible. Maybe there's something to do. tabseN, they're all very split apart, Michael.
Yeah.
You're about to point out as well, but now so is tabseN. As split apart as can be, good frag to find, but needs to clutch it out with 3 more. It's facing into players he's not even aware exist, and Rusty to shut him down. A 1-on-3, and now the